The only protection a motorcyclist has in a road accident is whatever they are wearing at the time. Motorcyclists make many conflicting demands on their clothing. It must be flexible, as light as possible, waterproof, warm in cold weather and cool in hot weather. It must also be cool in the fashion sense. But most of all, it must be protective. In a fall from their motorcycle, in the impact with a hard road surface, and in a slide across abrasive asphalt. In the past, satisfying all of these conflicting demands has been impossible, or has relied on an unsatisfactory series of compromises. Well, the choice just became easier.
At Halvarssons, we've always been interested in safety. When the PPE directive became law, we were the first major producer in Europe to embrace the regulation and to develop our first CE leather clothing. Then we developed textile clothing which could be CE approved. We learned a lot from this work, which paved the way for our finest range of products, the new safety range.
In 2002, a major British police force recognised that the traditional leather suits issued to their motorcyclists were no longer entirely appropriate to the modern-day policing role. They needed to find an alternative and innovative approach. It quickly became apparent that an air-permeable textile suit with four-season all-weather capabilities would address the problems the police faced, but it would have to match the protective capabilities of the traditional leather suit. A number of companies were approached and invited to participate in the project. Plenty of good ideas came out of the project, but only one company saw development of a product through to its conclusion. That product was the Halvarssons safety suit.
Halvarssons' technical personnel worked with experts and academics to identify a solution to the problem of how to make a textile garment as protective as leather. Many fabric suits claim to be able to do this, but less than a handful have ever passed the European standard tests. Conventional textile garments can be shredded to a hole in less than half a second. The standard sets a top target of 7 seconds.
Through our research and development program, we developed a unique knitted fabric construction that in early testing provide results comparable to those pyramide fibers such as Kevlar. This fabric was abrasion and cut resistant, as well as 100% air permeable. We named this invention High Art, High Abrasion Resistant Textile.
The first test of High Art revealed that it was capable of passing the European standard tests for impact abrasion resistance, cut resistance and burst strength by up to 200%. Further experiments led to the development of High Art Light, which, as the name suggests, is a thinner, more flexible material entirely suited to reinforcement of outer structures. The Safety Level 2 suit exceeds the highest performance requirements of European standard EN 13595. The multi-layer construction is both flexible and breathable. It can also stretch to accommodate an extra layer of clothing or even minor variations in weight. The outer layers of the safety system enable the rider to dress for the weather. In wet and cold weather, the dry-away waterproof and breathable outer layers keep the worst of the weather at bay. In cold weather, still air trapped between the High Art fibers acts as an insulating layer, reducing the need to wear more clothing underneath to keep warm, and improving the wearer's comfort and flexibility. The Outlast phase change material detachable lining also helps to regulate the wearer's body temperature. When the weather turns warmer, the part mesh ventilated outers enable the wearer to control body temperature. The carefully placed sections of mesh material enable airflow running over and past the motorcycle to seep through the safety layer. Excess body heat is carried away, reducing discomfort and fatigue on long journeys. In hot weather, full mesh outer layers, available as an accessory, allow the cooling benefits of the airflow to reach the wearer, significantly reducing the effects of heat fatigue compared to conventional leather and textile clothing for motorcyclists. Halvarssons development riders have evaluated the safety suit for more than 2 years, over tens of thousands of miles and in all weathers. From chilling temperatures below freezing to heat in excess of 40 degrees Celsius, the Halvarssons safety suit has proven to be flexible, comfortable and protective in equal measure. No other motorcycle clothing currently available can match the all-encompassing list of standards that the Halvarssons safety suit has passed. The Halvarssons safety suit has also passed perhaps the most stringent test of all, earning the trust and support of police motorcyclists across the globe, from the United Kingdom to Australia, and civilian motorcyclists from Canada to Tasmania.
EN 13595 sets two performance levels for motorcyclists' clothing. Level 1 is the lowest level of performance, where clothing will be perhaps lighter and more flexible, but produces lower test result figures than the highest Level 2 performance class. Level 2 clothing might be heavier and more restrictive to wear than Level 1 clothing.
We discovered that as well as providing a reinforcement layer for mainstream leather and textile clothing, higher light is also capable of being used to produce a full garment. The Halvarssons Safety Suit Level 1 features all the benefits of Safety Level 2, but in a lighter and more flexible way, which some riders who prefer to sacrifice a little protection will prefer.
High Art Light is used throughout Halvarssons and Lindstrand's non-CE range, but it is also used innovatively in two of their safety range products, the Safety Leather Pants and Safety Grip Gloves. Using High Art Light to replace the two layers of leather commonly used in high-risk areas of leather garments, we are able to reduce the weight of the garments by 30%, whilst increasing the test performance above that for double leather. Leather pants featuring High Art Light reinforcement are lighter, more flexible and cooler to wear. With the special TFL Cool treatment, black leather reflects sunlight like white leather, reducing the effects of solar heating by as much as 12 degrees Celsius.
The European standard for motorcyclists' gloves, EN 13594, tests the product for impact abrasion, impact cut, burst strength and impact performance. Motorcyclists want their gloves to be thin so they can feel the controls of their machine, but with high abrasion and cut resistance to protect the hands. Meeting these conflicting needs, but at the same time achieving the requirements of the European standard, has been a real challenge for all manufacturers.
High Art has opened the doors to a whole world of motorcyclist protection. With High Art Light technology, the Halvarssons Safety Grip Glove is able to offer both feel and protection. In EN 13594 abrasion test, our glove extends the standard requirement by over 60%. In fact, the abrasion performance of our glove is better than many of our competitors' leather suits.
The final products in the safety range are the Lindstrand's Defence and Champ boots. Designed from the outset to meet the requirements of European standard EN 13634, these boots offer outstanding protection with all-weather comfort.
The European standard for motorcyclists' footwear, EN 13634, tests boots for their abrasion and cut resistance, resistance to crushing, and optionally for impact performance and waterproofness. The standard sets challenging demands for footwear, yet enables manufacturers to design products which still provide the comfort, flexibility and ability to operate the foot controls, which are such important safety considerations for motorcyclists.
We are really pleased with Lindstrand's Champ and Defense boots. The design and feature of what our market research inform us are important to motorcyclists. The technology involved is more traditional, but they provide us with a very useful benchmark to explore what we might be able to achieve in the future using some of our more advanced materials.
Halvarssons and Lindstrands, two brands that are fast becoming synonymous with groundbreaking technological innovation in protective clothing for motorcyclists. A unique blend of traditional and modern ideals, developed by professional motorcyclists, independently tested and approved, and conforming to established European standards. Enhancing rider comfort and safety in all weather conditions. Halvarssons and Lindstrands, nothing else comes close.